Sorry I'm late, I just don't give a f***.
Sorry I'm late, I don't give a f***.
Conor McGregor's aura is officially gone. And I know that the word aura is kind of an overused Gen Z slang term at this point, but you gotta understand that around 10 years ago, Conor McGregor was the definition of aura.
Partying is weakness for the soul, my friend, so I try and avoid it.
Like everything this man said or did just seemed to make him that much more invincible.
I own this town. I own Rio de Janeiro.
But nowadays, he's completely lost that charm. And when he tries to replicate his old way of speaking, it just comes off like a poorly rehearsed script from a villain in the WWE.
I'm here to summon the gods of fighting to action.
May they turn our combatants' knuckles to knives. And on Saturday night, may we all bleed in the honor of Philadelphia's rich fighting history.
Yeah. May we, as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships organization, the alien of combat sport, rise above the night sky and rain down blows viciously.
It's just pretty sad to see him at this point in his life now. I mean, the complete 180 he's done over the past 10 years is truly a sight to behold. And a lot of people assume that his downfall is due to his well-documented extracurricular activities, the endless partying, the whiskey empire, the alleged Coca-Cola habit. And sure, I mean, that's probably a factor, but I think that that's just a symptom of something deeper. Because what we're seeing from Conor these days isn't just the result of lifestyle choices. A lot of his erratic behavior, the slurred speech, the bizarre interviews, it all points to something far more serious, and that is CTE. It's something we've seen affect countless athletes in high-impact sports, from boxers to football players to MMA fighters. And Conor, well, he's been taking head trauma his entire adult life. Like, just take a look at this recent interview he did with the Schmo. He actually seems relatively sober here, but still, his words were jumbled, his sentences were all over the place, and his train of thought was just constantly derailing.
I'm Ambani royal family of India, and then they were sending it to him, and I was like, mate, it's basically trying to get him to get going. I had no problem doing that, and to be honest, I'd have done it either way. It's just said that they... one of these days, you'll just hear my music come onto the stage here in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, and now I come with me fist wrapped with no gloves and I fight out of nowhere, no promo, no nothing, just fighting a random fight in a car. That could be where my future holds. You know, legal, just making claims and all this bollocks. That's what pussies. That's how. There it is.
So now compare that to an interview from 2015, back when he was just entering his prime.
It's in my head 24/7. There's nothing else I can think. I don't think about nothing else.
Is that not unhealthy?
I don't know. Do I look unhealthy? Take a look at this physique. I'm in phenomenal shape, in body and mind. To me, what's unhealthy is living an unhealthy life. To me, what's unhealthy is getting up and going through the same day every day of your life, 9 to 5, in an office or in a... I have a curiosity about the human anatomy, and I feel, looking around, I feel like I am only a white belt in this game of movement.
And the slow, progressive nature of CTE makes it easy to overlook in real time, but when you stack his past interviews against his recent ones, it becomes painfully obvious. Like, his speech patterns have changed, his demeanor has changed, his entire personality has changed.
I was around the length and breadth of Philadelphia bars last night, enjoying myself. I had a few Philly cheesesteaks. I gave a big shout out to the Eagles, a big game this weekend. So go Birds!
But before you start feeling too bad for Conor, let's be clear. CTE doesn't excuse his insane behavior over the last few years. Like, there are plenty of retired athletes who also suffer from CTE, but still manage to live quiet, respectable lives. Conor, on the other hand, seems completely addicted to chaos. Like, he's constantly chasing the next high. Like, let's be honest. This man did not need to box Logan Paul. Like, no amount of money can justify that level of desperation. And yet, here he is, once again embarrassing himself on a global stage.
Yeah, that's all sweet, yeah. You kept talking about shoot you did. I thought we were going to get the fight down. You're very quiet.
What did you think the best course of action was for that?
You were giving all this stain of this, stain of that. Yeah, in control with the WWE as well, but I don't be giving all this mega snip.
I didn't hear the last 5 seconds.
That was in the air for us. Yes, bring it home for me.
It's 8 a.m. How?
It's just a real deal, yeah? In front of you, you know that. You know that, bro. So, look here, I will do it. He wouldn't do what? 190, 195 or something? I'd do a 90. He was sick.
I mean, you know you've hit rock bottom when Logan Paul looks like the reasonable, composed one in the conversation. So yeah, guys, Conor McGregor's aura is completely gone. Speaking of Aura, this video is sponsored by Aura, which is an affordable app that offers some of the best available resources to protect you from data breaches and brokers. I don't know about you guys, but lately I've been getting an influx of scam calls, emails, and texts that'll say things like, "Warning, your account's been hacked. Click the link now to protect your privacy," or a random bank statement where they try to hook me into giving them my information. Luckily for us though, Aura is here to put an end to all of this madness. With Aura's data broker opt-out feature, Aura will help remove your personal information from data brokers and user search sites that sell your info to identity thieves, scammers, etc. Aura alerts you within minutes if your financial information has been compromised. And I get this all in one app at one affordable price. I'm not leaving myself and my family vulnerable to data breaches and brokers. And if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/AmericanRedact to try 2 weeks for free. That will be enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. But now, back to the video. And while we're at it, can we talk about how red and inflamed his face looks these days? I mean, he looks like one bad head shake away from bursting a blood vessel in his face.
Here's the deal, I'm going to slap the head off the two of yous and KSI. No! Yous are mixers to me, you understand that? Side jobs. A little side job.
No,
yeah.
you can't even do your main job. How you gonna do a side job?
You know, that's what I'm afraid of November stage.
Simmer down, boys. Bro, it's crazy being on a bus with you, bro. If there's a dolly, bro, you'd be going through a window.
You just came from the inauguration. You sized up both the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake Paul. You called them side quests. We know what it's all about. What's your reaction? They're posting it all over the internet.
You know, it is what it is. The UFC just aren't into it. I had the offer was there on the table in writing. You know, both athletes will say he's not a fighter, but whatever. Both athletes under the TKO banner. UFC, WWE, both rising up. The UFC went into it. I'm not sure the WWE, what their interest in was. I just knew the UFC went into it.
Even 5 years ago, this version of himself would have been unrecognizable. So yeah, guys, Conor McGregor's aura is completely gone. And to make things even worse for himself, he just recently had another one of his infamous Twitter rants, where he actually called Khabib Nurmagomedov the N-word. Like, it's just sad to see him now. Like, he used to be a once-in-a-generation showman. Like the kind of fighter who didn't just win fights, but manifested them.
If he shows up, I feel I will KO him inside one. If he makes that walk and if he is in the octagon, I feel every single movement I make will get an overreaction off of him because he's emotionally invested in it. There's too much in it for him. The whole country of Brazil, it's all piling on him. So I feel if I just go, he will react a million times too much. So that's what I see the fight playing now. I feel him overreacting, overextending, and then being KO'd unconscious.
But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far, and do let me know in the comments down below what you think about the rise and fall of Conor McGregor.